There are three common diet mistakes that I see people make all the time. And these diet mistakes prevent you from packing on pounds of muscle. So let's get to it. I want you to avoid these mistakes so you can actually do that and put muscle mass on. All right. So the first one is going to be focusing on clean eating instead of actually following the basics of nutrition. The basics of nutrition are tracking calories and tracking protein. So let me tell you a little bit of a story. When I first started, I thought I picked up Flex magazine and I thought that if I followed the diet of the pros, I would put on pounds and pounds of muscle. What happened? In fact, the opposite happened. I was following these diets and nothing was happening. I was actually getting a little bit leaner and I wasn't actually putting on the amount of muscle that I needed to. And it was because I didn't have the basics of nutrition down. The thing with your body's an amazing machine. It doesn't see the difference between foods. It's not like if you eat chicken breast and brown rice, you're going to put on more muscle as if opposed to if you ate like a burger, let's just say. So the gains aren't going to be leaner. You just need to be in a calorie surplus and you just need to make sure that you're eating the adequate amount of protein that you need. So if you understand how your body views nutrition, which is basically looking at calories, protein, carbs, fats, vitamins, minerals, etc., that's what your body sees when you eat food. So when you have a slice of pizza, your body doesn't say, oh my God, it's pizza, let's store it as fat. Instead, your body says, hey, this has 350 calories, 15 grams of fat, 10 grams of protein, 40 grams of carbs. And then it does what it must with that food. So a lot of the times in the beginning, people just think, okay, I want to put on muscle, so I got to eat better. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but they forget the basics of nutrition. So what you need to do is focus on tracking your calories and focus on hitting your protein intake, especially in the beginning. And I would aim for around 1 gram per pound of body weight. And just do that consistently. By doing that consistently, you'll learn and begin to understand how your body handles certain foods and how your body reacts to the things that you eat, how many calories you need to get the scale moving, and so on and so forth. But that's a huge mistake that I see where a lot of people just focus on, okay, I'm just going to eat chicken breast and avocado and whatever and asparagus, and I'm going to get lean and muscular. And that doesn't happen. And I'm guilty of that mistake as well. All right. The second mistake that I see most people making is that they spend too much time in a calorie deficit. When you're just starting out in your fitness journey, you need to spend time building muscle because muscle is what's actually going to show. If you're spending time in a dieting phase, you're just going to look skinny and lean, and that's not a good look. You need to actually put on muscle so you look impressive when you do lean down. So you're not spending enough time in that calorie surplus. For newbies in the beginning, I recommend spending 8 to 24 months in a calorie surplus. You could sprinkle mini cuts in there to kind of clean things up every once in a while, but majority of that time should be spent in a calorie surplus building quality muscle mass. If you're not doing that, you're not going to have anything to unveil when you diet down, and that's a problem. So take advantage of those newbie gains and really focus on building up the foundation to your physique and that musculature that you have. And then you can always spend time dieting at a later point. So spend time in the beginning, 8 to 24 months, building muscle. And then after that, once you get into the intermediate and advanced phases, you still need to spend a good amount of time in that. I would recommend anywhere between 8 and again, once you get more advanced, probably a little less. So anywhere between 6 to 8 months in a calorie surplus once you get into intermediate and advanced stages. But at the beginning, you need to really, really build that foundation, and you do that with spending time in a surplus. And the third mistake, and this is the biggest one, is you have to have patience and commitment to the bulk or the cut that you're doing. Okay. A lot of guys, they get shiny object syndrome. They scroll through social media and they're like, oh, everyone's lean. I'm going to diet now. And they just jump ship. They'll abandon the bulk right in the middle of it when everything's going good. They're building muscle. They're putting on a lot of strength. And they abandon the bulk because, summer's coming and they have to get lean and whatnot. So they abandon the bulk. They literally halt their progress to try to begin progress on something else. And that's not good either. So give yourself a plan and say, okay, I'm going to commit 8 months to bulking no matter what. And you spend 8 months in that calorie surplus, building quality mass, getting stronger in the gym, and doing this over time. Commit to that. And then you say, okay, I'm going to diet for 3 months now, and then commit to dieting. Don't have shiny object syndrome and go from one thing to the next to the next. Instead, focus on having commitment and patience in that one thing. I was guilty of this too when I first started, especially. I wasn't really sure what to do, wasn't sure what was right or what was wrong. So I would jump ship all the time. Okay, I'm dieting now, I'm bulking now, I'm dieting now, I'm tired of dieting, I'm gonna bulk now. And you need to really, like I said, spend that time in the calorie surplus and then spend it in the deficit. Don't just jump around aimlessly. Really commit and plan out your year and say, okay, from whatever, September till March, I'm gonna bulk. And then from March to June, I'm going to diet. And then from June to September, I'll spend a little time in a maintenance or maybe go into another bulk there. It just really depends. But you have to have commitment and patience to this whole process, because putting on muscle is a lot harder than dieting. Anybody could diet and lose body fat. That's kind of easy. Just eat less, move more, and you'll do that. But the problem is when you put on enough muscle to be impressive looking, it takes a lot of time and patience. So spend that time and patience wisely. All right. And if you're not sure how to train or what to do to put on muscle, I got you covered. I got a free 6-week training program that I want to give you. No strings attached. All you got to do, click that link below and you can download that program free. I just want to help you to prevent making all these other mistakes that I made along my 20-year journey. All right. This is Anthony, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.